Oh, not bad. Hello and welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand with myself, AGT. How are we all? I hope we're still buzzing about the fact that we managed to beat Everton with a bunch of kids. And before we get on to today's match preview of tomorrow's 5:30 Saturday kickoff between Tottenham and Liverpool, I wanted to touch on something that happened at Finch Farm, Everton's training ground, a couple of days after, like I said, we beat the kids 1-0 with our kids. So basically, around 10 lads turned up to Everton's training pitch and demanded to speak to Michael, or is it Marcel Brands? It's Michael or Marcel Brands, I'm not quite sure. He's a director of football at Everton. And they basically said, in the nicest words possible, that if you lot don't sort it out and don't win the next 5 games, which are very winnable for Everton, then we're basically going to come back with about 300 lads and smash the cars up. Now, Fabian Delph was apparently around the gates when this happened and refused to comment. But the fans were actually let into Finch Farm, and they did in fact speak to Brands, who apparently was nodding a lot, agreeing with a lot of their comments about financial fair play and certain players that shouldn't be there and apparently are just there to pick up their last payday. Names include Walcott, Sigurdsson, Cenk Tosun was on there as well. And maybe Walcott was there as well. So yeah, great to see, to be honest, as a Liverpool fan. You know, these kind of things happening just mean that it is completely unbearable right now to be an Everton fan in the city of Liverpool. Of course, when we, the champions of the world and Europe and soon to be England, touch wood, are doing so well. They literally said to Brands that it's unbearable for them to live in the city centre with us being so loud and proud about our achievements. So long may it continue. Right, now let's get into the match preview. Tomorrow's 5:30 kickoff at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think that's the name of the stadium, which is pretty poor, pretty boring. So 5:30 kickoff. Now I want to take Liverpool fans back to October 2017 when we played Tottenham at Wembley when it was their home. Now, if like me and you've got a semi, crazy memory of all Liverpool matches over the last 25 years, then of course that you'll know that we lost that game 4-1. And if my memory serves me correctly, Dejan Lovren was taken off the pitch after about half an hour because we were 3-0 down. Salah got a consolation, but I think Ali or Son put away the 4th to really kill us off in that game. Now, this is going to sound weird, but I actually want to thank Tottenham Hotspur for that victory that they got. It's their only victory since that win in October 2017. And because of that 4-1 win, we have literally since that gone on to absolutely flourish. I think we've played 86 league games since that game, and we've only lost 4 of them. And I really do, I mean, we can go through the team that we had that day. We had Mignolet in goal. The man still couldn't catch a cold, yeah? He was awful. Thankfully, he's out the door. We had Moreno at left back, the man who single-handedly lost us the Europa League final and League Cup final against Man City. He's out the door. Lovren, like I mentioned, was taken off after 35 minutes. To be fair to Lovren, he's not done too badly since he's been dropped back into the team when there has been an injury to either Gomez or Matip. But like I said, awful team on the day. But since then, we've really taken up the quality to 3 or 4 more levels with the induction of Alisson and Van Dijk, so on and so on. So I wanted to thank Tottenham for beating us 4-1 that day. And obviously the last 3 meetings between these 2 clubs have all ended 2-1 to Liverpool, including that amazing Champions League final, who if you speak to Spurs fans about, oh, it was never a penalty. You were rubbish in that final. We should have won that. It was never a pen. Cheating, Scousers, all this stuff. It's fine. But obviously what you have to take into account is, yes, it probably wasn't a penalty. Yes, we probably did play shit. But whose name's on that trophy? And who subsequently made a DVD about getting to the final? That's Tottenham. And I'm not going to take it this week. They made a DVD about beating Ajax in the semi-final. We won the Champions League and we still haven't made a DVD about it. So it's brilliant. So 3 victories in the last 3 games for Liverpool. Tottenham with 1 win in their last 5. Liverpool, of course, on this amazing run, trying to get the Invincibles and the 49 league games unbeaten records from Arsenal. So yeah, Tottenham, Kane's out till April, but a lot of Spurs fans will actually tell you that maybe it's not the worst news for them. That means that Son or Lucas Moura can step into that number 9 position. But Ben Davies is out, Sissoko's out, Who's the other left back? Sessegnon will probably come in, but Danny Rose is out. They've got a few injuries, and it looks like they're going to have to go back to their old way of playing, which is a Dyer and Ali in the kind of further up role. For me, that suits us perfectly. I know for a fact that our midfield, even without the likes of Fabinho, are still going to run rings around Eric Diarra, hopefully tomorrow. Lovely tea. And I think we're going to take away a 3-1 victory. I can't see Tottenham challenging us too much. I know Expressions and a lot of other Tottenham fans were saying that there's no hope for this game. Absolutely no hope. They don't expect anything. But we can't go into the game thinking like that. We know that they're going to be on the back foot, but we have to come correct. We can't be complacent. And I do see a 3-1 victory. I do see them scoring. I think Son in particular always plays well against Liverpool, but didn't do anything to us in the Champions League final, of course. We all saw that Son breakaway and Virgil catch up with him. So with that being said, I am going to go with the 3-1 victory. Tottenham really do need a win, and wouldn't it be typical for Mourinho to try, at least, to come and spoil the Liverpool party? He's tried, and he's actually been successful in his attempts at spoiling the Liverpool party. We look back to the Gerrard slip game where he came and really just made life so difficult for us, when really all we needed was a draw in that game. But he knows how to piss on the parade, as it were. Excuse my French. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory. We have got a few injuries. No Milner, no Keita. Fabinho and Lovren are coming back into training next week. But I can see Lallana slipping in to that position to fill the boots of Fabinho in his absence, in that number 6 role. We've got Shaqiri, who's probably going to be back on the bench. We've got Minamino. Origi will fit it on the bench as well. So in terms of the starting 11, that's going to be really strong. Our best 5 in the back, with Alisson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Robertson and Trent. But yeah, 3-1 victory I'm going to go for. I'm looking forward to getting outside the ground. It's actually my first time being to Tottenham, the new stadium at least anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. But I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory to Liverpool, and we're going to extend our unbeaten run to the season, hopefully, and get to a 13-point points gap at the top. Of course, we still do have a game in hand, and we've got a hell of a lot of games coming up. We've got United next week at Anfield, and then Wolves away the week after. But having said that, I still think we can take 9 points out of the next 3 games. Tottenham, they're at home. They have to come with something. They have to show the new manager that they've got a bit of fight in them. I mean, there was an initial bounce after Mourinho joining, but that's kind of faded away. They've only they've only won 1 in 5, like I said earlier. Recently drawn to Middlesbrough, which they were lucky to get away with as well. So I'm just thinking that it's going to be another dominant performance from Liverpool. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of team we put out. But yeah, 3-1. That's the score I'm going for. Spurs v Liverpool, and long may the bitter blue nose de-revolution continue. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. 3-1 Liverpool. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the Kop TV. I'll be here every single week previewing and reviewing matches, of course, with the fan cams outside every home and away ground as well. So come up to me if you see me, have a chat with the Kop TV. And remember, the voice of football's most famous stand.